Now let's do an interview on this particular issue. The Member of Parliament for Wa West is the Deputy Chairperson of the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament. Honourable Peter Lanchene Toobu, a former policeman. You're welcome to ChannelOne Newsroom.
Thank you very much, my brother Umar. It's been a while. Good evening to you and good evening to your cherished listeners.
Indeed, it's been a while. Good evening to you. What do you make of this move by the Ghana Immigration Service?
First of all, let me congratulate the Acting Comptroller General of the Ghana Immigration Service, my good brother Mr. Basintali, and his hard-working team. This is something that ought to have been done many years ago, and I'm happy that he's taking a bold step dealing with it. Child treatism is a problem, not just in West Africa. It's a global problem. And these issues have to do with public safety, and gradually it gets into national security. The truth of the matter is that the right of the child should drive the operation. Whatever the Ghana Immigration Service is doing, they should understand that there is no future on the street. If these children are allowed to grow in Ghana on the street and they don't have the character to fit into society and they become a danger to society, we have allowed that danger to erupt. There is no future on the street. So when we say the future belongs to the young ones, the future belongs to the youth, it is not the kind of youth that are on our streets. So if they grow on the street and they multiply on the street and the panel become criminals, we have allowed it to happen. And I'm happy that the Immigration Service has taken a bold step. What is more interesting is that there is gradually becoming some global network of beggars with sponsors. They carry them from all kinds of countries in a form of trafficking and drop them somewhere and make a lot of money from these children and destroy the future of the children. So as a global community, very particularly in West Africa, all of us should be concerned. It's not just a matter of arresting them. We should arrest them, we should treat them humanely, and apart from treating them humanely, when we are thinking about repatriating them, we should begin to look at collaboration between our country and the countries of origin. If you are taking them back, will you ensure that our borders are tight enough for them not to come back? If you are taking them back, will you ensure that their country of origin accepts them and treat them well? That these are children we are all trying to support for them to grow to become responsible citizens within the ECOWAS sub-region. It is a joint project, and we need to collectively appreciate the fact that we are dealing with humanity. If you look at what is happening in the Sahel, if they are being brought down because of the challenges, I think that we'll look at it differently. But if they are being imported because somebody is doing business with these children, we should be firm enough to ensure that whatever it is, but they should be out of our streets.
You are a member of Parliament from a constituency from a region that is a border region, the Upper West region, and you do know the situation with our borders up north on the eastern coast, on the eastern side and on the western side. Getting these people back into the country or having them come into the country is even easier than sending them back. First of all, it's an issue of green pastures. That is what's driving them. It's an economic issue, climate issue, and all of these things. So it's driving them down south. So it will be difficult to resist their entry. If you have porous borders, it makes it even easier for these people to return. There's a view that what we did yesterday was a simple case of cost 90 and that they will be back to the streets sooner than later because they will be able to move through the country using the same borders. I don't know what you have asked a question of the collaboration with the other country, but are our borders ready to prevent these people from returning?
Probably we should look at West Africa as a sub-region that we all belong to. Apart from restricting people from entering our borders, we should appreciate the fact that the border between Ghana and Burkina Faso in particular is just on paper. In our brains, there is no border between Ghana and Burkina Faso. These are just families across the other side of the country. So when they find themselves there, they feel very comfortable. So we should begin to look at how do we ensure that West Africa as a whole, we treat our children well. Whether you are from Nigeria and you find yourself in Ghana, whether you are from Burkina Faso and you find yourself in Ghana, or whether you are from Ghana and you find yourself in Nigeria, the government should have a collective approach to dealing with children. The streets should not be the place for them. If they go and find themselves back to Ghana, but they should not find themselves onto the street. We should have a collaborative approach with Niger, with Mali, with Cote d'Ivoire, with Burkina Faso, and ensure that if we identify your citizens, and these are young children between the ages of probably 6 to 11, what do we do as a community? So we should have a community approach to dealing with this matter. Because if the borders are porous and we believe that, people don't even believe that these borders in our brains do exist. And they over and come, and we can't restrict them. Let's find a way, getting them back. If we are getting them back and it's due to challenges very particularly happening in the Sahel, that they cannot even survive, how do we keep them here to ensure that their own countries will collaborate for us to treat them well? We should treat them well and let them grow to become very responsible citizens of the ECOWAS sub-region, because collectively our security is in our hands. And we can't just think about the fact that this is Ghana, and this is Cote d'Ivoire, and this is Togo, and this is Niger. We are all together in this.
Okay.
Bad children growing in Ghana will affect the region. Bad children growing in Niger will affect the region. Can we have a collective ECOWAS approach to this matter?
Very well. From Parliament or at the parliamentary level, what can you do and what are you doing and what will you do?
I'm quite sure that we should be talking to my good friend Honorable Ablakwa to look at our foreign policy and look at the collaboration with our neighbors to ensure that this is a challenge that has been with us for years. And we are trying to look for a lasting solution. It is not a Ghana solution. It should be an ECOWAS solution. It should be a sub-regional solution. It should be a brotherly solution. Because if people in Niger cannot stay because of the reality of climate change, and they are forced downward, you can't stop them. They are just unstoppable naturally. What we need to do to collaborate to see how can we accommodate. Apart from accommodating, if we are taking them back, how would government be able to integrate them into their society and make them to live life worth living? Yeah. If we are able to have that global or community approach, I'm sure with the leadership of Honorable Okudjatu Ablakwa, we should find a way out.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for speaking to us.
Most grateful.
Honorable Peter Lanchene Toobu. He's an NDC Member of Parliament for Wa West. He's Vice Chairman of the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament.